Have you ever felt the weight of an overflowing schedule where every minute of your day is accounted for, and yet it never seems to be enough? Your mind buzzing with unfinished tasks, a never-ending to-do list that keeps growing, and the constant pressure to keep up with everything. We often say yes out of habit, politeness, or a fear of missing out. It's almost as if we are programmed to agree, to comply, to not disappoint others. But each yes can chip away at our inner peace, slowly eroding our sense of self and our ability to find calm amidst the chaos, leaving us feeling drained and overwhelmed, as if we are carrying the weight of the world on our shoulders with no respite in sight. Learning to say no is a powerful act of self-care. It is a declaration that we value our time, our energy, and our well-being. It's about setting healthy boundaries and prioritizing what truly matters. It's about recognizing that we cannot do everything, and that's okay. Saying no isn't selfish, it's an act of wisdom. It is an acknowledgement that our resources are finite, and we must use them wisely. It allows us to protect our energy, focus on our values, and ensure that we are dedicating our time to what truly matters to us. And in doing so, we can live more fulfilling lives, where our actions are aligned with our deepest desires and aspirations. Just as a gardener tends to their garden, choosing which plants to nurture and which to let go, we too must cultivate our lives with intention. We must decide what to focus on and what to release, to create a life that is balanced and harmonious. This journey begins with understanding the nature of desire and attachment, recognizing how they influence our decisions and our sense of fulfillment. Concepts deeply rooted in Buddhist teachings, which offer profound insights into the human condition and the path to inner peace. By exploring these principles, we can begin to understand the true power of no and how it can serve as a tool for personal transformation. Its potential to transform our lives is immense, allowing us to break free from the cycle of constant doing and start living with intention and purpose. Reflecting on our life choices, we can see how saying no can open up space for what truly matters, for moments of joy, and for the things that bring us true satisfaction. Achieving a balanced life through mindful decisions, where each no is a step towards a more intentional and fulfilling existence. Embracing mindfulness helps us understand the power of no, allowing us to be present and make choices that align with our true selves. The serenity of living with intention, where our actions are guided by our values and our life, is a reflection of our deepest truths. The joy of living a life aligned with one's values, where each decision is a step towards a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. Sharing the wisdom of saying no, we can inspire others to embrace this gentle power and create lives that are rich with purpose and peace. As a community, embracing the power of no can lead to collective transformation, where our shared values create a world that is more compassionate and balanced. The transformative journey of saying no is one of self-discovery and empowerment, where we learn to honor our needs and live authentically. The fulfillment of living with intention, where each no is a step towards a life that is truly our own, filled with meaning and joy. Buddhism teaches us that the root of suffering lies in attachment, clinging to things, people, and experiences that are impermanent. This attachment creates a cycle of longing and dissatisfaction as we constantly seek to hold on to what is transient. The more we cling, the more we suffer because nothing in this world is permanent. Everything changes, and our inability to accept this truth leads to endless pain and frustration. We chase after fleeting pleasures and avoid discomfort, caught in an endless cycle of craving and aversion. This cycle is driven by our desires, which are never truly satisfied. We believe that acquiring more possessions, achieving higher status, or experiencing more pleasure will bring us happiness. However, these external sources of joy are temporary and often leave us feeling empty once the initial excitement fades. The more we chase, the more elusive true contentment becomes. This constant yearning keeps us from finding true contentment. True contentment comes from within, from a state of inner peace and acceptance. When we are constantly looking outside ourselves for happiness, we miss the opportunity to cultivate a deeper sense of fulfillment that is not dependent on external circumstances. Meditation and mindfulness practices can help us develop this inner peace by teaching us to observe our thoughts and desires without becoming attached to them. Think of desire as a hungry ghost, always searching for satisfaction but never finding it. This metaphor illustrates the insatiable nature of our cravings. No matter how much we consume or achieve, it is never enough. The hungry ghost is a powerful symbol of the endless cycle of desire and the suffering it brings. By recognizing this, we can begin to understand the futility of seeking happiness through external means. We chase after a promotion, believing it will bring happiness, only to find ourselves wanting more once we achieve it. This is a common experience in our modern achievement-oriented society. We set goals and work hard to reach them, only to find that the satisfaction is short-lived. The promotion, the new car, the bigger house, these things may bring temporary pleasure, but they do not provide lasting fulfillment. Instead, they often lead to a new set of desires and goals, perpetuating the cycle of craving and dissatisfaction. The cycle continues, leaving us feeling empty and unfulfilled. This endless loop of desire and disappointment can be exhausting and demoralizing. It can feel like we are constantly chasing after something that is just out of reach. The more we strive for external validation and material success, the more we lose touch with our true selves and the deeper sources of happiness that lie within us. Recognizing this pattern is the first step towards liberation. Awareness is a powerful tool. By becoming aware of our patterns of desire and attachment, we can begin to break free from them. This requires a shift in perspective, from seeking happiness outside ourselves to cultivating it within. It involves letting go of our attachment to outcomes and learning to find joy in the present moment, regardless of our external circumstances. By understanding that lasting happiness cannot be found in external things, we can start to loosen the grip of desire and find peace within ourselves. This does not mean that we should renounce all worldly possessions or ambitions, but rather that we should not rely on them for our sense of self-worth and happiness. True peace comes from a state of inner contentment and acceptance, which can be cultivated through practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and self-reflection. This inner peace is the foundation for setting healthy boundaries and confidently saying no. When we are at peace with ourselves, we are less likely to be swayed by external pressures and more able to make choices that align with our true values and needs. This allows us to create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful, rather than one that is driven by the endless pursuit of external validation and material success. By cultivating inner peace, we can break free from the cycle of desire and find true happiness within ourselves. When we cling tightly to things, we create suffering for ourselves. This suffering manifests in various ways, often unnoticed until it becomes overwhelming. This clinging takes many forms: the need to be right, the fear of missing out, the desire for approval. These desires can consume us, making us feel isolated and disconnected from our true selves. But letting go doesn't mean giving up on everything. It means finding balance and understanding what truly matters. It means approaching life with an open hand, accepting things as they are without forcing or resisting. This acceptance brings a sense of calm and resilience, allowing us to face challenges with grace. Imagine holding a small bird in your hand. The bird represents our desires and attachments. If you squeeze too tightly, you will crush it. This is akin to holding on to our desires with an iron grip, leading to stress and anxiety. But if you hold it too loosely, it will fly away. This represents neglecting our needs and desires, leading to a sense of loss. The key is to hold it with just the right amount of gentleness, allowing it to rest comfortably without restricting its freedom. This balance is crucial in maintaining our well-being and nurturing our relationships. This same principle applies to our lives. By finding this balance, we can navigate through life with ease and contentment. When we learn to let go of our attachments, we create space for peace, joy, and genuine connection. This newfound space allows us to embrace the present moment fully without the burden of past regrets or future anxieties. This freedom allows us to say no with grace and clarity, knowing that we are not defined by the things we do or possess. It empowers us to prioritize our well-being and happiness over societal expectations and material gains. Letting go is a practice, a continuous journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires mindfulness and patience. By reflecting on our thoughts and actions, we can identify what we need to release and what we need to nurture. This practice not only enhances our personal well-being, but also strengthens our connections with others. When we let go, we allow ourselves to experience life more fully, embracing the beauty and spontaneity of each moment. We become more creative, more open to new experiences, and more in tune with our true selves. In this state of freedom, we find a deeper sense of purpose and fulfillment. So let us practice the art of letting go, embracing the freedom it brings and living our lives with an open heart and mind. For in letting go, we truly find ourselves and the boundless joy that life has to offer. And in this journey, we discover that the true essence of freedom lies not in holding on, but in the beautiful act of letting go. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment without judgment. It's about becoming aware of our thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise, without getting swept away by them. This awareness is crucial for making conscious choices, including when to say no. Imagine your mind is a busy street corner. Thoughts and emotions are like cars rushing by. Mindfulness is like stepping onto the sidewalk, observing the traffic without chasing after every vehicle. By cultivating mindfulness, we become more attuned to our inner wisdom. We can recognize when we feel pressured, obligated, or resentful. This awareness empowers us to respond to requests with greater clarity and choose what aligns with our values. Boundaries are essential for our well-being. They are the limits we set to protect our time, energy, and emotional space. Just as a fence defines the perimeter of a garden, boundaries help us create a safe and nurturing space for ourselves. Identifying our boundaries requires honesty and self-reflection. What are your non-negotiables? What activities leave you feeling drained? When do you feel your energy depleted? These are all clues to where you need to create stronger boundaries. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's about honoring your needs and prioritizing your well-being. It's about recognizing that you cannot pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you are better equipped to care for others in a sustainable and authentic way.